share a workflow to convert image to video using AnimateDiff. We watched these 4 videos, and among them, I think the one with the little cat is the best. This little cat is about to start moving, and its background has some dynamic motion. Then let's get back to the workflow and share my insights. This place is actually a tattoo video workflow that incorporates an IP adapter and uses a control net model, so it can only be called pseudo image to video. In reality, it's still a tattoo video. If it's a full body video, the image I've imported here undergoes significant changes when converted to video. It's clearly noticeable that the mechanical armor on the face has disappeared. Therefore, what's actually being used is a tattooed video with strong control elements. From the way this content was compiled, we can also draw this conclusion. But to be honest, in terms of the outcome, if we don't demand an extremely high level of similarity with this image, the entire generation process, including the results and effects, is actually very interesting and good. This workflow, I found it on Reddit. If you're interested, you can find the original website by searching through the title. Let's take some time to feel the process. This process starts with a typical IP adapter reference image, and then this image is further processed through a sparse control model. Some friends might not know what kind of model this is. Let me put it this way. If you visit the AnimateDiff GitHub page, you'll find they've released 2 control models specifically for AnimateDiff Sparse Control RGB and Sparse Control Scribe. Output control is not a new concept. Whether you want to learn more about it or download it, just visit the GitHub page of AnimateDiff, and you'll definitely find related resources and materials there. If you go any further down, it's an efficiency node. In reality, this is an integration of the checkpoint model with the Clipper text encoder. The following part is made up of animated diffusion frames, then it entered the efficiency sampler and frame interpolation, finally combining everything into a video. The whole process is relatively simple, and I think the results are quite good. I think there are several values worth adjusting here. In the AnimateDiff loader section, you can control the intensity of the motion. In the workflow, the default is 1.3. You can adjust it to 1, which will reduce the intensity of your movement. When adjusting the output control here, we can set the start and end times for the influence, which is consistent with our previous understanding of constraints, including the ability to adjust its weight. Laura loaded a V3 adapter model here, and from my understanding, it can help achieve higher consistency in videos. It's also equipped with that. There's nothing else to say. Navigate to Running Property AI, or click the link in the description to register and get 1,200 coins. Logging in daily will also reward you with 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested online.